more egregious things have been said. More situations have been fixed from. But obviously, it's basically what happened with Enzo Maresca, except telescoped in time. He says something. It clearly hints at something going on in the background. Everything plays out over a period of time. Man United are just like, nah, we've had enough. We're men of action. Sack him.
Yeah, it's like, I think it was 3 months ago that Ratcliffe done that interview with the Business Times podcast, or the Times Business podcast, and he was like, Amorim needs 3 years to be able to implement what he's going to be able to do with this team and what he wants to do with the team. And like 3 months later, he's gone. So does it mean that Dan Ashworth was right in the end, and we should have just went for Southgate, or Man United should have just went for Southgate? But I don't know. I think it's crazy. It's a weird timing. They're playing Burnley Wednesday. I think United have maybe their biggest game of the season on Sunday against Brighton in the FA Cup, because if they lose that on Sunday, like, the season's over in January. So weird timing, but I don't know. The writing was on the wall, I think, since probably last season anyway.
So the facts are, David Ornstein on The Athletic at 9:58 this morning, Ruben Amorim has been sacked by Manchester United. Darren Fletcher will be in temporary charge.
Yeah,
that's what we're led to believe at the moment.
Yeah, you'd imagine so. Yeah.
Obviously a club grandee in many respects. Father of two of the potential players he might select next week.
Yeah.
Does he stick them in the team now, or does he never stick them in the team?
Give your sons the debuts and for Manchester United, and then kind of hop off into the sunset. Well, it's been funny because Darren Fletcher's got a lot of screen time over the last couple of months, constantly being pictured in the stands. He's also had a role in the training of the team as well. So he's been like a sporting director, but his role is kind of altered as well. So he's the kind of remaining link from the Ten Hag era. So I don't know, does he have... We had Michael Carrick in charge, Darren Fletcher,
It's very... Yeah, it's
Are you shocked?
Yeah, I'm shocked. I'm shocked at the timing of it.
Yeah.
I am shocked at the timing of it. It's just how you leave yourself so open to this happening. It's like, because it's like they know what kind of character Amorim is, and again, I don't think yesterday either they were looking for an excuse to sack him, and they were like, "Oh, that's enough. That's good enough. There, we'll take that. We'll run with it." Because things haven't been going so bad that it's like kind of salvageable. But it's all just, the whole thing's then bullshit. It's like, so everything was bullshit. It's just like, we got to give this guy a few years. Like, now, none of that's true. Yeah. All that thing. So it's obviously whatever kind of infighting has gone on, whoever's not getting on with who or whatever, it's like that's ultimately won out again. And that's it. And now they kind of find themselves, they've embarrassed. It's an embarrassing situation.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be like this for 18 months, or when the board decide to change, he said just yesterday.
Yeah.
18 months or 18 minutes. That was my point. I want to finish with that. I'm not going to quit. I will do my job until another guy is coming here to replace me tomorrow.
It's so rash. It comes across, like I was saying to you before, I wonder when this decision was made. Was it like an hour after press conference? No, he's gone. He's done.
Or were they watching it in real time?
Yeah,
going, get it out!
No, he's done.
Where's the button? Where's my magic red button?
I have no time for this fella anymore.
The Graham Norton seat.
They backed him so much though during the summer, like 200 million they spent on players.
Well, those players are still there now.
Yeah, but it seems like that that some of the Barada or Wilcox, whoever else, are kind of planning to build a squad that can play maybe different types of football.
Yeah.
While Amorim wants players who want to play and play best in a 3-4-3 system, and that seems that's kind of been that's where the parting ways has come from. Amorim is fixed to the 3-4-3, and maybe United coaching staff or the United sporting directors are kind of thinking, well, we've made these kind of decisions. We've kind of gone with what Ten Hag, who he wanted to sign in previously as well, and they're thinking, well, long term we need to plan for the next coach.
And I have a lot of sympathy with that. It's just that the players that they did sign have been 3 out of the 4 have been relatively successful, right? I think Cunha's a good player. I think Mbuma's a good player. I think the goalkeeper's a good player. Jury's out on the striker, right? We'll see over the course of the season if he ends up having some kind of impact, and I don't think he's a lost cause or whatever. But if they were to continue to have that level of 3 out of 4 of the next signings being a success, and you invest 200 million in central midfielders, and you invest the transfer window after that 200 million in fullbacks, you're like, okay, this is now we're treading the right direction. And I just I don't know. It doesn't speak to forward planning. It doesn't speak to long-term architecture working. It speaks to politics, night of the long knives, a lot of little fingers.
Yeah, it's been 14 months since he was hired, since he started.
Yeah.
And in that time, Dan Ashworth's gone since then, or certainly was around that time. So you've kind of had all these seismic changes, and it is funny you say that, because the stuff, I suppose, with Mbeumo and Cunha, they'll be as useful to whoever comes in here, kind of regardless of how they want to play. So they're probably, I don't know if that's kind of future-proofing a bit ahead of time, because they had to have considered during the summer that he would not see the season out. Just the way things had gone last year, they'd be mad not to have contended with that. So you can kind of see, I can see from their point of view why they'd be like, while it's still, as you're saying, if they lose to Brighton, if they don't beat Burnley and then lose to Brighton, you're kind of like, this is winding down.
And at that point, I think everybody would have said, fine. No?
Yeah, maybe.
Is it a week early? Or
maybe.
Did they think that was going to happen anyway? So I'm just now reading back over some of the bits from the previous week. He had a line about starting to understand he will not be able to play a perfect 3-4-3. This is just as the transfer window opens and players are available. He's like, well, I'm obviously not going to get what I want here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that leads to the respect my authority. I'm a manager. Which
he wasn't.
No. That never comes across well. It's like, my title.
Yeah.
That wasn't your title. So maybe that was the bit where the breakdown had happened in private. He was going public with the elements of it, and that no longer, we can't have you there. Sorry, you're not actually saying what we agreed was the public facing line in this.
It's not exactly a good job to take now. If you're looking for a permanent manager, there's not too many options, as you know, that seems like a really difficult job to take in general, in terms of it can go badly so quickly. You can just be kicked out for saying one thing in a press conference and that's it. He said a few things obviously over the last few months, but that is extremely rash. There's no way at the start of yesterday they thought we're going to sack him tomorrow morning.
So I guess what I'm hearing from the press conferences is that the breakdown had happened recently. He had made requests for stuff. No, we're not going to do that. Yeah. You can't have what you want. And instead of accepting that and managing that situation out, he's gone public with, well, I'm not going to get what I want here. I'm here for the next 18 months. You know, that's like, all right, if that's going to be your attitude, if you're unwilling to accept the parameters within which we've all agreed that's the ball game, then you're not the right man for the job.
It seems like it's accelerated since the Antoine Semenyo transfer, non-transfer. I can't really work it out. Was it that Amorim wanted the 65 million spent on other parts of the team? I think that's what I'm kind of understanding from what I'm reading here, which I understand. I think Semenyo would have been perfect for a 3-4-3. You play wide or as one of the number 10s. But that transfer, non-transfer, seems to have really, in the background, really wound people up and made people fall out with each other and kind of question what club or what direction the club is going in and what direction the coach and the players want to go or are going in. So
that's a great point. It is that kind of thing. You'll find it for this.
Yeah.
Where he desperately needs, you desperately needs a midfielder.
Yeah.
Club statement. 14 minutes ago. I went on to manunited.com immediately after the thing had broken. It was like, book your suite for the next game. Club statement, Ruben Amorim. Ruben Amorim has departed his role as head coach of Manchester United. Ruben was appointed in November 2024 and led the team to a UEFA Europa League final in Bilbao in May. With Manchester United sitting sixth in the Premier League, the club's leadership has reluctantly made the decision that it is the right time to make a change. This will give the team the best opportunity of the highest possible Premier League finish. The club would like to thank Ruben for his contribution to the club and wishes him well for the future. Darren Fletcher will take charge of the team against Burnley on Wednesday. That's it. Statement ends.
Tough run of games to come as well. To play City and Arsenal by the end of the month.
But they've done this before though, where they've sacked managers, and it's like, and you're kind of, well, those games, we're going to lose those games or United's going to lose those games anyway. They're irrelevant. So whether it's City and Arsenal or Liverpool, whoever it is, like, it's kind of, the club are kind of putting that out there as if, well, they're not going to win those games anyway, so we may as well just sack the manager now. That's what it says to the fans.
Yeah.
But buy your sweet.
Yeah, but buy your sweet.
It's very strange. The point you made there is like they weren't planning yesterday morning to have him sacked at 10 a.m. the following day. So I don't know. It'll be a great test now of how far down the road they've thought about it, because I don't know. I don't. You say you think things like, oh, the fans won't stand for X, but like I don't know how much vested interest they put in that. But I don't think what they won't stand for is a kind of drift and a kind of aimlessness in terms of Fleet Fletcher in there for a few weeks. It's like, that's not going too bad. It's like, and then if things start floating around, it's like maybe he gets in. But you got
to put Fletcher until the end of the season now, right? You make that decision. You make the announcement.
I don't think so. No, you can't. Like, because it's not.
They said take charge on Wednesday. They didn't even say like.
Yeah,
for the foreseeable, it was just
you can't do that.
Why not? Though?
Because you're throwing the season away. You're going, this doesn't matter. It's like it's January, like it's early January. You can't put him in a guy who has no experience, and go like, well, vibes will get us through here. But the end of the year.
Only alternative is to take what is available on the managerial scrap heap at the moment.
Yeah.
Potentially, yeah, maybe. That's not ideal. But
Martin O'Neill.
Yeah, Martin O'Neill.
But for Nancy, maybe
do a job.
I don't know. I think United have no option, maybe not other than to put an interim into the summer, because I think this summer.
You mean find somebody else? Like,
yeah, you're gonna. There's gonna be. I think there's gonna be
Solskjaer
a huge.
Gets sacked? Did he?
Solskjaer's out of work at the minute.
Yeah.
Solskjaer's available. You're probably still paying him from the first time, are you?
Yeah, probably. It's like one of those Italian
would you like to earn that money that we're paying you?
Yeah.
Is that salary still out there?
But there's going to be a carousel of managers available in the summer of 26.
Yeah. So you buy your time and you wait and you see if Carlo Ancelotti is available, for example, in the summer.
No, I don't think he will do.
But what? Iraola and Glasner both
after the World Cup.
You're not going to bring him in
What? No, honestly, the World Cup is get an interim in now until the end of the World Cup.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Because it's not like, Jesus, they don't really have an awful lot of time to waste here.
But I think they're going to waste the time anyway.
And would you not rather get it right and take a bit longer?
But sure, they've no track record of getting it right.
No,
Amorim was supposed to be getting it right. I wouldn't back them. I wouldn't.
So rush a bad decision, or
it's not
wait
rush
a bad
it. They must have. They'll have. Look, they have to have a short list of idealised people that they would think this guy. There's no perfect person for it. So there's no perfect person in January, by the end of January, than there is in the end of July. Isn't it? No one's going to come into view. You'd suspect that was like completely out of the picture last summer. It's probably the same list, more or less. And like they made a massive effort of getting him out of his Sporting deal earlier than he wanted to. Now maybe someone sees that and goes, "Oh, geez, I'm not making that mistake."
Well, give me the odds.
Yeah, I don't know how up to date they are, though. I would check them regularly,
Darren Fletcher 6-4 on, right, for permanent manager. He's the odds-on favourite at the moment. So that's the scenario which is we've seen before, where he comes in, does well, they win a few games. There's a tidal wave of class of '92. This is exactly what we need. Give him the job.
Darren Fletcher, who was part of that team that led to Roy Keane getting sacked from the club for speaking out against it before, against that Middlesbrough one.
Yeah.
Oh, he was playing.
He was of that thing. It's like Darren Fletcher coming through.
Oliver Glasner is 3-1. Enzo Maresca is 4-1. Michael Carrick is 5-1. Is Maresca? Would you take Maresca?
No, you wouldn't take him.
Why not?
he's just done the same thing.
Yeah. Wedded to
but the situation's different now. He's learned. He's more mature.
Well, he still looks like he's going to be lined up for the City job. So and like that's a very Manchester United thing to do of the modern era. Man City are in from. We'll take him, because Man City wanted to get Amorim. They already had Hugo Viana as their new sporting director, and Amorim was going to be maybe the guy to replace Guardiola. But
and they also have all the infestation of City, who are obviously sleeper cells, working in the hierarchy of the club. So Michael Carrick 5-1.
No.
He'd done a decent job, but he was like 3 games interim charge or something.
Yeah, and Middlesbrough didn't go too well for him, really.
He's available at the moment, is he?
He's out of work. I think so, isn't he? Yeah.
Would you make
he's not
him interim
Middlesbrough
manager
anymore.
to the end of the season? Would he be acceptable?
I'd be happier with that, but
Like, he'd be happy with Darren
marginally
Fletcher, but like, it's not.
You'd be happier than Darren Fletcher.
Yeah, but like Darren
Okay.
Fletcher's never. Like, unless I'm mistaken, like, unless he's.
Keith Andrews has never managed officially, and he's been
Okay,
excellent.
but for every Keith Andrews, there's a Les Reed. Like, it's a risky old game, that.
You say we can't wait till the end of the World Cup. You want an available manager now who fits the bill, who is going to be the perfect.
No.
who's
My
gonna
point
thread
is
the needle.
my
perfectly.
point is there's
I'm-
no
I'm-
perfect. There's
well,
no perfect.
Wait. Big Sir Jim thinks there's one man who can ride to the rescue in his Canyonero, and that's Gareth Southgate. He's 8-1.
Yeah, it won't happen.
He's been on LinkedIn. He's very busy.
They'll the fans would lose their mind.
I think with Ashworth gone as well,
Yeah.
he won't be him. Like,
He's also a smart fella. He's not going to go in and torch himself, wasting 12 months there,
yeah.
climbing up the
it would
walls.
have happened if it was going to happen.
I don't know. Now is the perfect time. It's like,
Is it?
can they go any lower? And they're actually not that bad.
That's the thing,
They're
yeah.
a point off 5th.
But like that's the thing, they're gonna have to get a vibes man. Like, is Darren Fletcher the vibes man, or we just get
Never struck me as
you
one.
know, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
Yeah.
Xavi Hernandez, 10-1.
Jesus, no.
Why not? A league winner?
Yeah, league winner, yeah. No, I don't think so. Look, if all things are pointing towards the way they're behaving transfer-wise, they'll be looking for someone who's been in the Premier League or is in the Premier League. I mean, that's where the direction's going towards signings, be it
Yeah.
Cunha, Mbuemo, Wanton, Semenyo.
Yeah,
I know Lamans was slightly outside that, but like that's kind of where they're obviously looking, and that makes sense. But like, it's not a bad time to go and try and talk to Oliver Glasner, talk to Areola. Like,
Oliver Glasner plays 3-4-3,
does.
kind of mostly.
Boysel,
So
familiar with that.
yeah.
It's just, but it's amazing that they keep getting themselves into this situation. So it's going to be a similar sort of thing now. Whoever comes in is going to kind of probably have the same sort of soundings. Like, no one's going to come in and make a kind of ballsy claim, but like, yeah,
Jose's available at the end of the season, isn't he?
Jose's
He's
available.
He's
available.
at Benfica.
Oh,
he's at
sorry,
Benfica.
you're right.
He's
Good
at
point.
Benfica.
Yeah. He's decided that he's done.
Henry Winter made a great point that I thought this morning on the breakfast show, and he said, like, why don't some of the United hierarchy, as in like Christopher Vivell or Omar Barada or Jason Wilcox, come out and say something publicly? You kind of dispel this kind of vacuum, but
Well,
it's too late
obviously,
for that
There's your
now.
answer, yeah.
They were deciding that they'd had enough of what they'd seen. They didn't like the football they were seeing. It's such a difficult job now, isn't it? I mean, it was always a difficult job, but it's a very difficult job at the moment. Like, is Bruno staying or going? Is Bruno coming back from injury and going,
Well,
okay,
that's not a
grand?
great thing. The guy he was saying kept him at the club's just been sacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe that's all part of this as well, is that
Yeah.
they've made the decision to sell him in this window, and they're going to take that cash and they're going to reinvest it in the team. Because, like, you know, obviously he's been in good form this year, but he doesn't really suit the style of play that the manager they just sacked.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it doesn't
Maybe
matter
he's
now,
back.
yeah.
Is he go back to being a number 10 again?
Like, there's so much up in the air.
Kieran McKenna?
No, why would you be going so low? Like, why
Yeah,
would you
just
be?
telling you, there's odds for these people.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
Emery's
not like
25. Ruud van Nistelrooy to the end of the season.
He won his one. Did he win his one game against Leicester? Was
I
it?
think he bet Leicester twice.
He bet Leicester. twice, yeah.
Yeah, he took the job and got the
They
relegated.
weren't great.
No, historically poor team. Look, it's not.
Simone Inzaghi might be an interesting one to come back
He's
from.
out in Saudi, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but those contracts
Yeah.
seem
Shed
relatively
load.
breakable.
Yeah, shed load of money.
Why would he do it?
Again.
I think if you're Simone Inzaghi, you walk in, you go, well, I don't really care about any of this. You have a track record of picking players from the reserve or from the U team. Are they any good? No, I'm not picking them. You know, he can just come in and be himself, and his team
Yeah.
were successful.
He's such a good reputation now, though. If he came in and it didn't go well,
He can go back to Italy and they'll be like, oh, Manchester United, they're ungovernable. It's unmanageable.
The last we seen of him in European football, his team got pumped 5-0 by Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League final. So,
yeah, true, yeah.
so like he's at Al Hilal, isn't he? So
Yeah.
I don't know how they're doing.
Possibly he was just a man on the wrong side of history.
I think United for now, as maybe much as is it not ideal, is that Fletcher would probably just be in charge until for a good few games and probably until the end of the season, you just have to bide your time and wait for Glasner or you wait for Iraola. Like, what would be if you went for Glasner or Iraola? Like, what would be the benefit of them coming in now? Like, would it save United's season really?
Well, the season is okay. What is a good outcome at the end of the year? Winning the cup would be good from here, right? But finishing in the Champions League places, which is now very possible, would be great, right? Anybody who comes in and secures Champions League football for Manchester United now bounces into next season going, we've got the money from that, and I did it. Look what I did. And you see, you've got credibility with the fans, and you've got credibility with the players. So that's the benefit of getting somebody who knows what they're doing coming in quickly.
Yeah.
It could very easily go wrong because it's so tight from 5th to 15th.
Yeah.
It could go very wrong.
So
That's where you're taking it,
yeah, and do nothing is the alternative.
Yeah.
Get the interim who knows the culture of the club, which is Ruben Van Nistelrooy, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Darren Fletcher,
Bring all
Max
three.
Carrick.
All four of them.
Could Bruno Fernandes be like a
Player coach?
Dalglish, player coach kind of thing?
Well, that would be interesting.
Struggles as a leader as it is.
I mean, the content, the subscriptions to manunited.com would go through the roof.
Yeah, the content machine, Manchester United just doesn't stop giving. But I don't know, like if you get Iraola in or Class, see Palace and Bournemouth are both kind of been on the slide as well this last couple of weeks.
Yeah,
like,
8 weeks ago, both of those would have been garlanded.
Yeah.
Now it's like, well, what have you done for me lately?
Yeah. So whether you take it, whether you take a chance on one of those and just do it now and get it done, and then give them the keys for the next 14 months or however long it is. Maybe that's the way to go. But I think whoever the next Man United coach is needs to be able to show pragmatism, and I think Ruben Amorim's lack of pragmatism is another considerable factor to why he got sacked.
Do you think, because you're 100% correct that that's why he got sacked, but do you think the next manager needs to show pragmatism? Because what's the point in that? What's the point in being like Spurs?
I don't know. I think there's like football, the best style of football, like the most successful styles of football now, I find are the more pragmatic styles of play rather than like being wedded to one particular like Guardiolism or like Maresca tried to play this real ultra Guardiola style football and it didn't really work at Chelsea. Like he won the Club World Cup or whatever, Mickey Mouse tournament, but like, yeah, I don't know. He won the Conference League. Like they're way too strong for that. That doesn't count either. Like so, I think like whoever coach it is, like Amorim has this idea of being this 3-4-3 guru and playing this kind of man on man kind of style of football. Like I think whoever the next United coach is, and even again, as much as I don't like to say it, but Gary Neville, he does have a point sometimes when he says that United's built on 4-4-2, playing attacking football, and like even that game against one of the games over Christmas was the game against Wolves. The United fans that were in the ground that night were very like they're doing attack, that kind of chant to try and get like balls into the box. And
What was the one where Neville was like, "Oh, I actually quite like this. I see something happening here."
Bournemouth.
yeah,
4-all.
Oh yeah, well, that was brilliant.
Because they were, yeah. It is very hard to know. We don't really know what the full capabilities of the players are even. Because we don't really, like, they've obviously been very, I imagine, I don't know, but like the system that he talks about playing and stuff, and it just obviously is, I suspect, very regimented.
Yeah.
In terms of what you're supposed to do and when you're supposed to do it. So, but like, it's not as if they were flying before he came in. There's a chance, there's a very real chance, I'd say, with some of those players that removing that structure and taking that sees a downturn in form and performances.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's a given that someone comes in and it's like, oh, they've taken the shackles off. A lot of those players need shackles.
Yeah, I think
A lot of shackles. Like,
I think that's true as well. You want someone to improve things. Laurent Blanc is a name that's floating around. I don't know.
Just plucking names.
Man United,
Like,
though.
yeah, he gets the glove.
Wasn't there something troubling? Was there
The
racism
France,
thing, yeah.
minorly cancelled?
I don't know, like you were kind of alluding to earlier, Ger, like an Italian coach that comes in and doesn't give bollocks about whoever or whatever the club is. Like, they're all in jobs at the minute, unfortunately. Like Allegri, Conte. Like, I did see Conte grabbing someone by the throat at the weekend, so like he could be another couple of weeks away from.
With passion, yeah.
But I know, like, I remember, like, I think it was again on Sky. Neville said one time, this is maybe before Amorim, we couldn't get Antonio Conte. He plays 3-4-3, and obviously he's shown a tactical adaptability and done a decent job, or done a very good job at Napoli and playing like different systems and stuff like that. But I think a Conte type, who's someone who Amorim mentioned yesterday in his press conference, I think might be the key for now, like right now, maybe not long term.
But and you say right now, but like these big games this weekend, the Brighton game.
Yeah.
Well, like Burnley on Wednesday is massive.
Yeah.
It's away from home. They can't.
And Burnley are in free fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As an optical thing, like, but I don't.
How far down the list is Roy Keane?
Yeah, that's.
When does he get a mention?
Well, he's been mentioned in the comments there. How far down the list is Roy Keane? Scroll. Unai Emery 25, Eddie Howe 25, Zidane 25, Edin Terzic 25, Luis Enrique, Roberto De Zerbi, Antonio Conte, Frank Lampard 50-1, Graham Potter 50-1, Roberto Martinez 50-1, Roy Keane 66-1.
Okay.
Sky bet.
Okay.
If
Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah. If you were like if the United hierarchy are like really want to get the most out of this content machine, you just give the job to Roy Keane.
Yeah.
It's interim for
2 weeks, like, yeah.
Well, interim to the end of the
O'Neill's
season.
job.
It's like a perfectly acceptable. Yeah, he brings in O'Neill as a sidekick.
It will be so interesting.
Yeah.
It will be so interesting. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it's very hard to. You'll wonder if the decision makers there'll have the humility to kind of explore their own decisions up to this point.
Well, there's not much time. I mean, you would say that there's no sign of that, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it is very interesting. It's strange, 'cause, like, again, we don't know. Like, we really don't. It's so much hypothesizing, but it is seeming that someone was misapprehended about what the arrangement was. And
Either
then
Amorim.
yeah, like someone was under kind of some confusion, and now it kind of comes to a place where he feels undermined, so he has to leave, or he kind of blows it up for himself, and they end up now looking kind of a little bit petty and vindictive because it's like, well, he said something.
This group of like kind of like Barada, Wilcox, and Vivell. Like Vivell, obviously ex kind of Red Bull, and Barada and Wilcox like ex Man City. They're like project kind of type of guys. So like, who's next project manager? Like, there's not really many that kind of stick out to me other than Iraola and Glasner.
And even things like it's sort of bullshit.
Yeah.
Because their project worked because they brought in Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
And it's
exactly,
like we'll see how well that project's going when he's gone. It's like you brought in the guy who was like, okay, well, yeah, it's the project, but it's kind of
Well, they built the apparatus that was appealing to him, right?
yeah, the apparatus,
Yeah, but
financial apparatus.
Well, it's true, right? But like their academy is very strong, and they did sign very well, and they had built a good scouting network and all that stuff that you would need to do to get one of the world's best managers to come to you, right? At the minute, if you're one of the world's best managers, are you looking at Wilcox and Vivell and Omar Barada and who the owners are here and going, yeah, I wanna hook myself to this wagon? You're not.
No,
That's like, as hypothetical questions go, no. The next Pep Guardiola isn't going, I want the Man United gig. You're like, well,
So a United fishing in a lower tier of managers then?
it's funny, isn't it? Because I don't know who the highest tier is. I mean, there's like Guardiola who's just unattainable. He's kind of on his own plateau.
Yeah.
But I don't really know who the next.
Yeah.
Who's top of the next rung?
Luis Enrique.
Kinda.
Does your man like?
Do you think Enrique works on it? Would you be like, I don't know if Enrique, say he was out of work for whatever reason. I'm not.
Like there's a guy at Stuttgart, your man Sebastian Hoeneß, who's like kind of a next kind of big kind of young coach or whatever. But like, I don't know, like that's the thing. That's why I think you just have to. I think 2026, the summer 2026 is going to be huge for managerial change. Like you have like the coaches in the Premier League, you might have Real Madrid getting rid of Xabi Alonso, so like who are they going to go for? And you can have all the World Cup managers, like, you know, who has a good World Cup, who's a bad World Cup. So like
Tuchel could be free.
Yeah, does
I think-
Scaloni, does Nagelsmann become free? Like, you know?
Yeah. But you are leaving it, I suppose, very late. Like, obviously, the Van Gaal one was an example of that, I suppose, to a degree. So
Yeah.
They had that sewn up before he finished.
Yeah.
It was kind of contingent. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe. But you risk turning away another season
Yeah.
without Europe. Like, it's not inconceivable Man United fall below 7th, 8th.
Yeah.
Don't win the cup. No Europe again.
Yeah, wow.
It's like I presume at some point the financial part starts to hit.
I don't know. I think because of the content and the Man United brand and, the cost cuttings, those no free lunches has obviously allowed them to continue to pay Chesko's wages.
Your man is never cutting his hair. He is never cutting his hair.
He needs to quietly recede from the scene.
Yeah, he
like,
just needs to delete that account and just go get a haircut.
Yeah, it's from the outset, like United look like a bit like what Real Madrid kind of look like, as in they don't really do well. They don't have the most success with like these project type of managers like Amorim, like Madrid now. Xabi Alonso. I know they won at the weekend 5-1, but they like kind of these totalitarian figures who kind of control the whole club. And Amorim obviously said yes that he wants to be. He was the manager. He was told that he was the manager of Manchester United. Obviously, that wasn't reality. So who United go for now? Like, they have all these project type of guys. Like, will it be a project manager? I can't see it. I think it's going to have to be someone like an Ancelotti, like a Conte, a winner, as Roy Keane would say. You know.
So
It is
just
fun. Yeah.
on that though, the statement, the 1st of November 2024, Manchester United is delighted to announce the appointment of Ruben Amorim as head coach of the men's first team, subject to work visa requirements. So it wasn't unclear.
No, and
that's
he
the bit where-
knows what he knows what his title is. Like,
That's the bit where you would say, on their side, they've been consistent. He seems to have tried to change that recently, gone public with I'm actually not here to be the head coach, I'm here to be the manager. And they're like, whoa. What?
Yeah.
News to us, buddy.
Back in your box.
I do. Maybe it's real clinical. Maybe it's like amazing kind of management. It's like, no, we don't take that shit. You're gone.
Yeah.
It doesn't look that way, but it could be. You could construe. That's the way I'd be spinning it.
And so, let's assume they do need an interim manager to the end of the season, right? But they're not.
Well, there's still 8. They still have 19 games left.
So they're not
minimum.
going to appoint They're not going to appoint the next manager now. They're going to wait and see who becomes available at the end of the season.
Oh, well, my only thing on that is, though, surely you have a short list.
Yeah.
Surely
Yeah.
you have a list of people you want, and if you
And
sound
the
them
shortlist
out.
is on that list of like.
No, it's not. It's not. It's like Gareth Southgate's not going to get the job. Kieran McKenna's not getting it. Like, those boys aren't getting it. Like, it's too much. Like, it's if you the way they.
We were very confident that Ruben Amorim was going to be the manager an hour
Look, we
ago.
all
So
we all said things.
we all partied.
But if just the general kind of gist of the way things go, like that, so it's like you bring Moyes in as a continuation, different model, different owners, whatever. But then when that kind of goes to pot, you get your Van Gaal, and you kind of think you're getting the dying embers, then a Mourinho, and you go for Solskjaer. So I do think that David's right in terms of, like, I think it's
Zidane.
I think you got to, but like you have to find some sort of totalitarian figure who works well within a dynamic
Yeah, like,
team dynamic.
where you can't be the boss.
Where you
You're
can't
not
be the
actually
boss. Yeah,
it's
but you'll
very
take all the flack.
Yeah.
I don't know who that person is, to be honest with you. Like, even you, but you look at the situation at Liverpool, like, where Klopp obviously was so successful, he seemed to manoeuvre his way out of that. And then he goes, that vacuum filled back in, and now you have a situation where Slot, like, I had Liverpool friends texting yesterday saying he has to go. This guy has to go. He won the league like months ago.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're so vulnerable. If any, like, you're so vulnerable in that position.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the one thing about it. Like, you have none of the security of kind of,
No.
you're left out to dry, and you know those boys won't talk if they don't need to.
Yeah.
The owner
it's a
literally
rough spot.
guaranteed him 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
That's gone like 3 months later. It's like,
it's unbelievable.
What was that quote that Ratcliffe had in that pod? It was like, oh, you know, I tell him X, Y, and Z. I give my opinion, and he tells me to fuck off. Like, you know, it's just like one of those things. You're like, all right, like, you know, like, There's just some amount of must be corporate bollocksology in that place. Must be just off the scales. Like so.
There's no upside to it really, unless they go and win the league. If a manager comes in, there's literally no upside to it.
Well, finishing the Champions League, is that not?
If they finish top 5, that'd
But you
be
have to do it
amazing.
consistently though. You can't just do one season because then if you fail the next season,
we live in perpetual now. There is no future.
Yeah.
I think they can't think about anything. Right. It's funny because you just say about the summer, like, and wait until the summer. It's like nothing is guaranteed.
The sign on Doyle's Corner in Dublin, there's a good time coming, be it ever so far away.
Yeah.
That's what it must be to be like you guys at the moment. Are you not in some ways happy though that like that period of suspension of living is over? It's like, oh, it's something's going to happen at some point. Now it's like, okay, it's happened. What's next?
something still has to happen though as well. Only half of it has happened.
Maybe Darren Fletcher is the football genius that you've been crying out for, the internal Pep Guardiola.
Do you think
Pep
that's,
was.
Yeah.
do you think that's the case?
I don't.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't think anybody thought Pep was going to revolutionise football.
No.
No, I'm just
So
looking
he had
there.
Pep.
He had-
Darren Fletcher's 41. He'll be 42 start of February.
Yeah.
I suppose he's waiting for a while to bloom.
Yeah.
That happens. That's okay.
Well, he's risen to the top of Manchester United by the time he's 41.
Yeah.
You know, not for him scraping around in the nether regions of Middlesbrough and Coventry and shit like that.
Yeah.
He's like, sorry, I know the club. I've been here all my life.
Yeah.
He definitely gets
I've
the
given
club.
you the fruit of my loins.
Yeah.
I am the
sons.
Messiah.
Yeah. Who knows?
He
Who
didn't.
knows?
I don't. Has he? I don't know. Has he managed the 21s team?
I don't know. I don't know. But I don't. He must have done something. He must have some sort of. He's done the under 16s anyway. The under 18s.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Football's a simple game.
And he was replaced in his role by Wilcox.
What's the Fletcher philosophy like? Well, we're going to find out. Like, is he going to play 4 at the back and 3 at the back or whatever? But we'll find out against Burnley. I am the one thing about this, like sacking. Like, I don't think I really ever enjoyed the Amorim football. Like even the Bournemouth game. Like, oh, United scored 4 goals, like brilliant. But like at the back, they were horrifically bad. Like, did you enjoy any games that like they played decent football in?
It's objectively not a good brand of football in most of the games.
I liked the promise of something.
Yeah.
I liked. He told a good story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was a good kind of thing to that. But yeah, you're right. You are right. It's been disastrous. Like a lot of times.
Like it's funny. A friend of mine said last night, watched Match of the Day, like, and I thought it was a good point that Amorim was. If Amorim was maybe bald or old, he would have been gone. You know, like his kind of young good looks kind of kept him in that job maybe a lot longer than what his actual ability maybe or his success.
You are expecting something to happen though. It was kind of like he's going to figure it out. No, once it comes through.
It's like that Simpsons thing with Homer with the hair.
Yeah.
Who was that young go-getter? It's like,
yeah. And I think that's what I was holding on to the last couple of weeks. I was looking at this team thinking, God, I'm still playing this kind of stodgy football, but you know, the couple of the players who had African Cup of Nations and they really don't have a central midfield. Like Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes aren't like a 2 midfield. Like Casemiro's improved since Ten Hag has left because he's covering a lot less ground, but you're kind of waiting, like, could they get a couple of midfielders in and then things might happen. But obviously the United hierarchy, you've seen that and been like, no.
Based on the football, I would have kept him though, personally.
Oh, I wouldn't.
I think it's been pretty poor.
I wouldn't have gotten rid of him now, to be honest, just based on results.
Like
I know it hasn't been great.
I'm just it seems like I'm constantly watching like Benjamin Sesko kind of have a fight with the other centre backs and like have a bad touch and then the kind of game breaks down. It's just like I don't get it. Like, you know,
He has been a bit of a disappointment.
Massive disappointment. Like 2 goals in 16 games or something.
Yeah.
But then Boomo got injured straight away, right? Oh no,
No, Cunha.
Cunha got injured straight
A
away.
few weeks.
Yeah.
And has looked decent. I think him and
He's been
Boomo will be
fine.
good. And I think
Graham's been fine. Lamb's has been fine.
Sheshko's just another Hoyland, to be honest, because he's gone away and he's playing well again. I think it's just such little supply of the ball, really. So few chances that he gets.
I kind of nearly compare it to watching. I know you watch a lot of Evan Ferguson. Like, you're constantly, Sesko's got his back to goal, Ferguson is his back to goal. You're kind of looking for someone at least could he pass the ball to him, like in a good position. You're like, he's not like he's just kind of linking the play or he's trying to win a header. Like, it's not good. Like the attacking structure of the team for under Amorim has been awful, because the only person that's kind of done anything has been Bruno Fernandes, and you can see now the last couple of weeks without Bruno Fernandes, when United don't have him, there's like no attacking spark, like none.
It is shocking.
It's just him doing something creative, seeing a pass, seeing a, you know, having a shot from outside the box, like playing a first time ball, like, and it's only Bruno Fernandes, and that's
Isn't
just,
that because they've no midfielders? And so if you get two midfielders in there, that changes. Like, it's the same in most of the teams that none of the teams were born into the title-winning teams. They all had to go through this period of evolution. Klopp comes in, and they won a trophy, or they reached the Europa League final in the first season, but they were bad in the league.
As did Ruben Amorim.
And they were actually bad in the league that year, and they had loads of injuries because he famously came in and was like, oh, training is crap, and everybody broke down.
Yeah.
It was the next year they started to improve. But the difference in the playing personnel when it started and what it became when it won finally was that they had like a really strong midfield trio. And they had a very specific style of play. Is an ideologue. This is how we're going to impose our will. That's why I think the pragmatism thing, I think they will overreact, and I think they will look for a manager who is like, and then you'll be stuck in this Spursy world of like, we'll qualify for the Champions League one season. Our squad won't be strong enough to maintain a challenge in that, and the next season, and they'll be in that loop. But Newcastle,
there's a thing though. Like, you can have the right idea at the wrong time. Like, I don't know enough about it, but you do listening to likes of people like Jonathan Wilson and stuff who have kind of great depth and knowledge of that thing. They are like, it does, as you're saying earlier, it does feel like a certain period is currently closing and another kind of avenue is opening in terms of how football's played.
Yeah.
So there is a kind of thing where Klopp, I remember as well, had kind of brought Dortmund to a Champions League final. Like, he was a serious operator. Like, he was coming with a far higher reputation.
Yeah.
But you can have a thing where that's the right thing at the right time, where maybe he comes in now and that system isn't as effective. So it doesn't work because other teams are bigger and other teams are faster and stronger. And you hear like Henry Winter describing like Declan Rice is looking like a middle distance runner.
Yeah.
They're like, it's a different kind of league and it just strikes at the right time. So I don't know, like, the thing, you can say that like about thinking maybe you should have an ideologue, but they have to have the right idea, whatever that is, and that's really difficult.
That's 101. Like, definitely.
Klopp came in 2016, and
I think October 15. I think
October 15, and then kind of, so that's like 10 years ago now, and like football is the style of successful football has changed a lot because there's so many games. There's like Saturday, Wednesday, every week. Like, look at Arsenal. Look at the size of Arsenal's squad. And Arsenal have developed, like, they're obviously the favourites to win the league. And City have done this as well this year, where they're kind of like, okay, you can have the ball, Like, it's kind of gone away from this kind of Barcelona Cruyff style of we're going to just dominate the ball and you're just going to run around after us for the whole game. Like, you're going to have periods in the season and periods in games where we're going to have to just defend and then make the most out of like the times that we have the balls in the box, which from like long throws, corners, set pieces and things like that. So what that coach looks like for Manchester United in the next 6 to 8 months, I don't know. I don't know who that is, and I don't think United have any idea who that could be.
The one thing, and I just add, whoever's coming in is probably in a better position than Ruben Amorim was taking over 12 months ago or 14 months ago.
Yeah.
But probably give him that, just in terms of the squad, the personnel, it's probably in a better spot.
Yeah.
And he kind of did, I think, who knows how it goes, but I think there might be something favourably looked back upon with some of the things he kind of jettisoned. Now, who knows? Maybe in 6 months' time we're back here. It's like, bring Rashford back.
Yeah.
Get Sancho in.
You say 6 months, but maybe, obviously I think they don't have the power to recall Rashford, do they?
Probably not. But it's just same old thing. Like, it's on a bit of a rota now at this stage.
Yeah. Maybe Rashford, Anthony, Sancho all come back next year.
Yeah, all the boys.
Malassia's still there, I suppose. Couldn't get rid of him.
Run it back.
Yeah.
Sign Mason Greenwood. They can
get
a discount on him.
Get De Zerbi. Get the whole thing.
Yeah, let's not do
that.
Okay. So Manchester United have spent more than 50 million on removing managers since Ferguson left the role.
Never not at it.
Oof. Anybody, any final excited about the future?
Well, that's the only thing. It's uncertain, so it's exciting.
That's one way of looking at it, yeah, and it's nature.
What were the highlights? Grimsby.
God, I actually can't believe that he wasn't sacked after that game, to be honest. Especially when he looked like the whole tactics board in the lash and rain. I was like, you just sack him for that alone, that kind of thing. Highlight of Ruben Amorim's tenure: beating Liverpool and Anfield.
Yeah, Liverpool Anfield.
Yeah.
Played
And like,
really well.
and like that's towards the end of the season. Like, look how bad Liverpool have been, and they're still ahead of United by 3 points. And that's whoever comes in now. You just need to finish above Liverpool, wherever that is in the league. I think you just need to finish above Liverpool.
Yeah.
Well, the content machine that is Manchester United keeps on giving. Ruben Amorim has this morning been sacked by Manchester United. They've decided that they wanted to wrestle back the news agenda from Donald Trump, and they've managed that. See you tomorrow.